Hello, and thank you for tuning into this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. Today, our guest host is going to be Kathy Pike. She is our full-time Animal Control Officer and has been at the shelter for quite a few years now and knows everything about our operations. So she is going to introduce you to 4 very special kitties. The cats that you're going to meet today happen to all be the longest residents. So we have the longest resident who's been here the most time, but then the 3 others that are just right behind. As we're finishing kitten season, of course, we're hoping that everybody will start to look at the adult cats that are kind of the leftovers, and believe me, they are amazing cats. But we get a lot of people that tend to want to adopt the kittens during that season for us. So most of the kittens have been adopted, and now we have some great adults. So let's meet Kathy and some amazing kitties.
Hi, I'm Kathy Pike. I'm the full-time Animal Control Officer here for the City of Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control. The kitty who I have here with me right now, his name is Curtis. He's a very sweet, affectionate boy who's also very playful and adventurous. He's about 2.5 years old. He's a neutered male. And he has lived in a home previously with other cats and dogs, although he does prefer to live with just other cats and not necessarily a dog. He would do okay with probably a cat-friendly dog that would leave him alone, but when we've tested him here, he's not the biggest fan, but he would do okay. So the preferred home ultimately would be probably without a dog. He's very affectionate, like I said, and playful. He does do well with children. He usually engages with them, obviously, when they're playing with toys and stuff. Otherwise, he's kind of at their level of about wanting to go and play and be adventurous and check things out. But like you can see here, he's very affectionate, but also likes to move around, not really be contained to your lap. So not as much of a lap cat until after you probably have some time to play with him. The medical needs that kind of come with Curtis, unfortunately, is that he is FIV positive, which is feline immunodeficiency virus. Not a terrible thing though in these days. He just has to be monitored a little bit more closely for his health. He's just immune compromised. Cats that are FIV positive can still live long, healthy lives, and they can still be around other cats. The mode transmission for that is usually through deep bite wounds, which is why he would need to live indoors. When he's no longer a tomcat, usually that's how it gets transferred the most, is between 2 cats fighting. So he's in our kitty city room with another kitty, Baron. They came from the same home, so they've lived together. He's lived with several other cats, and as long as they're not fighting and getting along, they should be just fine together, and he can live a long and happy life. This kitty here is Baron. He's a very sweet boy. As you can tell kind of where he's at in this room, in our kitty city room, he can be a bit shy. He is about 8.5 years old. He recently did have a dental done where he did have several teeth taken out. So he's still kind of grumpy. He is on soft food because of that, and so he'll be transitioned back to hard food eventually, but his diet probably should consist of both wet and dry just to make sure he gets the most nutritional value. Like I said, he is very sweet, affectionate, pretty laid back cat. He does definitely lighten up when he sees children. So our staff members have some elementary, preschool age kids that come in from time to time when we've tested some of the animals here, and he definitely comes out of his little sleepy spots and is very excited to see children. So if you're looking for a kitty that would do great with kids and be a good lap kitty, Baron's probably your boy. When he is not so grumpy from a surgery, he is very sweet and will fall into your hands and lay on your lap and everything, wanting to get that attention. So he did come from the same home that Mr. Curtis came from, who's in the same room with him. We would like for them to go together. They do well together, but that's not a requirement. They're not considered a bonded pair, but if we could find a home for both of them to go to, that'd be great. Otherwise, adopting them separately is an option as well. So Baron kind of has the same story as Curtis. He did live in a home with several other cats, and he also did live with dogs, although Baron clearly would rather have a home without the dogs. When we've tested him, he definitely freezes and is not a particular fan of the dogs. So we would definitely ask for a home that doesn't have other dogs, but of course children and cats would be a great thing for him. This kitty here is Peaches. She is a little over 7.5 years of age. She's a spayed female, and she's actually our longest resident. So she's very sweet. She's definitely a lap cat. She is our princess of the shelter, as she likes the attention to be on her, and so it should be with being the longest resident here. She's got a nice pink sparkly collar with a bell that she got from her previous owner, so they were no longer able to care for her because of her condition. It was just causing too much stress. So what her condition is called TMJ, and her jaw locks to where it's in an open position, and it has to be manipulated by a veterinarian for it to close. So it can be a very scary situation, but it is something that you can correct and manage. So what her management of TMJ would be is a very stress-free environment. So no other pets, which is what she was dealing with in the other home. Very calm, so no children, no dogs, no other cats. If she gets too stressed, her jaw can lock, and so she had to take several visits to the vet for something like that, which is then why she came back to us, because it wasn't something that was fair to her to have to keep happening. But like I said, she is a very sweet, affectionate girl, and she loves attention. She's very good at being a lap cat, and we adore her here. She is definitely our Georgia Peach, and she is a very good girl, just looking for that very quiet, one pet home. This kitty here is Miranda. He is a neutered male that's about 1 year old. He's a little over 1 year. As you can see, he looks a little shy, so he wants to kind of tuck his head into my elbow there. He actually came in semi-feral, but mostly with our cats that come in kind of feral or semi-feral, we do try to work with them to get them kind of accustomed to the human touch and that attention from us. And he has done great. He's still, kind of adjusting to what this companion indoor life as a cat is like, but he's doing great. As you can see, he lets me hold him and pet him. He can be very playful, and sometimes he can be a little overzealous with that play. So one of the restrictions that we have with him, because of that, coming in kind of semi-feral and getting a little overexcited with play, is that no children under the age of 8, and we ask that they have a previous experience with having a cat in the home, just because he can be just a little overzealous with those paws. So he's very sweet, very affectionate, likes to play, yeah. And he's still just kind of getting accustomed to this whole humans taking care of him thing. But he seems to very much enjoy it as he goes for lots of pets, gives kind of hugs and kisses. But then there's sometimes he kind of gives a little swat every now and then. That's just that old instinct of his when you got moving fingers and stuff. He is kind of a favorite here just because of the turnaround that we have done with him. He does have kind of a special needs, but it's not too big of an issue. The offhand medical term is called rodent ulcer that he has, and so it kind of happens on the bottom part of his face, or can do on the sides, as he gets these little ulcers and stuff. Sometimes they're stress induced, sometimes it could be due to allergies, and so when you see those, he needs to be seen by a vet and sometimes put on a steroid. Right now he's not exhibiting those things right now, but it is something just to kind of consider in keeping ceramic and stainless steel dishes and stuff for him. We're not sure how he would do with other kitties. He came in with a mama cat and kittens, and we kind of call him Daddy Kitty, because as affectionately known, because he seemed to really take care of those kittens. Mama was really feral and didn't particularly like for us touching them, but we separated him, and he seemed a little sad at first, but he's doing obviously quite well. I don't know if you guys can hear him purring, but he can get quite loud with his purrs too. But a very sweet, affectionate kitty that used to be definitely a street cat and not too fond of the human touch, but definitely loving it now.
Well, that's our show for today. I want to thank Kathy, as always, for her amazing service for the animals and here for the Ames community. It's nice to see those 4 kitties today, and hopefully you saw a great video of them, and want to thank the video team that puts this production on and helps us to get so many animals adopted. So I want to thank you for watching, and make sure you always stay in tune with what's happening on our Facebook page. You can also go to our website, amesanimalshelter.org, and see all the animals that are available for adoption, including the 4 cats that you met today. Thank you for watching.